welcome to Princeton Church. I hope you all had a very Merry Christmas this last week. I know many people use this time to spend with family and with friends and just use it as an opportunity to be together. At the same time, I know there might be some of us whose Christmas looks a little bit different this year. There's still a global pandemic that's impacting people all around the world, and maybe your loved ones weren't able to travel to be with you. Maybe this year looked different because you added a new member to the family. Maybe you had somebody get engaged or married, or maybe you had a new child or a new grandchild. And maybe this year looks different because when you sat down for dinner, there was one empty chair because someone you love passed away. And while the holidays can be an exciting time for making new memories, they can also be a challenging time as we relive old memories. So whatever your scenario this holiday season, I pray that at the core of it, we all remember the reason for the season, because it's the memories and the life of Jesus and how he came into our broken world as a baby some 2,000 years ago. I'm so excited to be back here sharing with you all. We've taken a couple weeks off from sharing our weekly devotionals for a couple reasons leading up into this new year. The staff at Princeton has been preparing for the Advent season and using its ministries during this time to make sure that our members and our wider community have a place to experience the love of Jesus during this season. There's also been quite a few life changes on my end as well. At the end of October, my wife Bernadette and I packed up our house in San Diego and drove for 3 days straight to our new house in Nashville, Tennessee. So while I've been out of commission for a bit, getting life spun up here, I'm very much looking forward to starting the new year strong and to continue sharing each week with you just for a couple minutes about how much God loves you and what experiencing a relationship with Jesus means in our lives today. As we've been unpacking and settling into the house here, putting things together and making sure that everything's where it should be, maybe some of you can relate. Some of you who have moved from one house to another or even across the country might be able to relate to just how stressful and tiring that process can be. There's so many things to coordinate, to figure out between the movers, making sure that your things that left one house make it safely to the next house, setting up utilities, getting things in order like new driver's license and car tags. I don't think it's an exaggeration to say that the feeling can be overwhelming. There's all these things happening simultaneously that need to get done in order for you to settle in, to get comfortable, but mostly to make it in this new place. One day as I was unpacking boxes in my office and thinking about all the things that I needed to get done that very day and the next couple of days, I found a green Post-it note. It's a note that I had written back in March and stuck to my computer as a reminder for me as I start each day. Considering you can only fit so much on a 3x3 piece of paper, it's a short note. It's only 6 words. But there's 6 words that I see every morning as a reminder for me that when my heart is in the right place, my attitudes and my relationships are reflective of the life and the love that Jesus shared, that no matter the stress that's going on around me, today will be a good day. Just after my dad passed away in February of this year, I wrote down something that he said to me. In the midst of everything that was going on with him being sick, he said to me, "Son," and this is what was on the Post-it note, "right now, everything is just right. Right now, everything is just right." I wanted to share this today because I think as we head into the new year, it's easy to think about everything you want to get done in 2022. It's easy to look back and wish you had done so much more in 2021. We jump into New Year's with lofty goals and expectations of what resolutions should look like, and we're determined to keep them. And while these resolutions are meant to be good objectives and goals to live a better life, they're also often rooted in regret or doubt. They're things that we wish we could have accomplished the year before but put off to deal with in the new year. But those 6 words, the 6 words that I want to share with you, the idea of right now, means that we're not living in the past or dreaming or stressing about the future or what's to come. It means we're clearly living in the present, not beholden to any expectations of what we should be doing or other than focusing on what really matters, and that's Jesus. As we look towards starting a new year in 2022, there's a couple of verses I've been thinking about that are reassurances to us that right now, everything is just right. The prophet Isaiah in chapter 43 speaks to the redemption of the Israelite people and God's dedication to saving his people. He says, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. And when you pass through the rivers, they will not sweep over you. When you walk through the fire, you will not be burned. The flames will not set you ablaze. I don't know that many of us are literally crossing rivers or walking through fire, but I know some of us are struggling with relationships. Some of us are struggling with finances, with job insecurity, with the loss of a parent, a spouse, a child, and some of us are dealing with depression, anxiety, maybe fear and doubt. But the promise is clear. If you have made a decision to live and love like Jesus and have that relationship with him, he will be with you. David writes in Psalms 23, "The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He refreshes my soul. He guides me along the right paths for his name's sake." For David, because of his faith and his trust in God, everything was just right. On the flip side, there isn't a guarantee that life will be easy. Even though I walk through the darkest valley, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. When we look towards a new year, there's always hope. It's easy for us to say, I'm so done with 2021. The new year will be completely different. I'll be a better person. I just can't wait for this year to be over. As we enter the year 2022, let's not base our hope on the expectations of what a new year will bring us. But instead, we should build our hope on the consistent, the never-ending, the always enduring love of Jesus. Because resolutions are easy to break, but his love for you is strong. Tomorrow you'll start 2022 with a clean slate, and things will be just right. But a couple weeks or months from now, just remember, no matter what life throws your way, when your relationship with Jesus is what leads your life, even in the darkest times, you can look up and know that right now, everything is just right. On behalf of the Princeton Church family, I want to wish you all a very happy new year. And a reminder that as a church, we are here to love people, to love God, and to serve our world. We'll see you next year.